warm up to it. Warm up to just a taste.
Orientation is lock, rotate, device back.
Let's make sure I have the
Oh.
Okay, it pop up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, in the fence there.
Alright, so we live.
Representation of all 6 distilleries. All 6 minus. Well, that one is not a distillery anymore. The Innswood.
Where Hinswood was?
Innswood is where Clarendon send all their rum to blend. So they don't really, I don't think they age any at all on the facility. They send it all the way to Innswood. Innswood in I think close to Lampan or one of those places. And that's where they send it, and that's where they do all of the blending and aging.
Okay. Alright.
Need to get some more of this.
You the person on the live? That one person on the live, that's you? You on it, right?
Oh no, I didn't go on it.
Oh, go on it. Somebody on. Alright. Alright, cool. Let me see. Let me see the camera.
So I want to tilt up a tiny bit and straighten a bit.
Turn up a little bit.
What do you think? Or don't want to be...
No, you're good. Good right there. Yeah. Alright, we're good.
Right, that's not too bad.
Alright. Cool. So now you can open up the comments.
Okay.
Okay, guys, happy Independence Day to Jamaica, one of the biggest producers of rum. Some of our favorite rums.
Yes.
You know, Rashawn is from Jamaica. I myself married into Jamaica, right? So today we're gonna celebrate Jamaica's Independence Day with a wide variety of rums. Alright, so we have independent bottlers and local bottlers. We try to get what we perceive to be some of the best products out of Jamaica for you guys, right? What to say? We have a wide variety.
Yes, we have a wide variety of rums. You know, each bottle a representation of each one of the 6 distilleries in Jamaica.
Right.
Which right here we have a Hamden, New Yarmouth, Worthy Park, Long Pond, Clarendon, and Appleton Estate.
Right. So, as you can see, we have a lot of drinking to go through, and none of these are at the standard 40%, right? So, bear with us. After the alcohol kick in, you might start rambling a little bit, but we're gonna do our best to bring you some unique and great rums. We haven't reviewed, I don't think we reviewed any of these rums. Maybe, I think I probably said something on the ITP. I don't know, anyway, take it. We're gonna get you through today with some great tasting. So pop the cork on the Hamden. We are going in increasing alcohol concentration with the whites, and then increase alcohol concentration with the darker rums, right? So this is a El Rock from Hamden at 57.8%. How much esters is in the El Rock?
I think the El Rock is typically like about 300 esters.
Okay, all right. We'll look it up and give you some more details.
It's right here.
350 to 450.
Right.
All right. So we have a good bit of ester content off the bat.
I don't like the pop.
Yeah, it was kind of loose.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and sometimes you have that with some of these bottles. These plastic corks aren't always the tightest, and you know, but always I could smell it. I could smell it. You didn't even have to bring it that close to me, and I start smelling it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I pour it, man.
Maybe not a good day for my nose. That good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, you're not gonna pour too much. Yeah, it's not that. I got a little whiff. I don't know if it was the fan was blowing or what it was, but like, it's not that strong. And usually when you hit that 350, 450 mark with Hamden, you usually get a stronger nose, more fragrance.
Yes, that's it. You know, typically as it opens,
Yeah.
you know, it fills the room.
Mm-hmm. This is very shocking. Very shocking. A little dryness on the nose. Heat. Light fruity and light floral scents, which is typically more upfront, especially the floral notes on a Hamden rum. Let's try to taste it. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
It's good.
I get pineapple notes. The jackfruit note I always picked out.
Mm-hmm. It's still there.
Some papaya.
This one dry medicinal note as well on the finish. Slightly. I don't know, it's almost like they want to be a grassy note, but it's not there. So, I like it. Very easy drinking.
It is.
At 57.8%.
It's good.
How much you pay for that bottle? It's like 80 bucks.
About 70, somewhere there.
Alright, so it's 70 plus tax $80.
Yeah.
They bought in New York a while ago. Would you say it's a must buy, must try, must have?
I think so. I think it's a must try. Must have, must buy.
I must buy. For me, the proof, the flavor notes are a little more muted. And I think that's one thing about Valier. When Valier choose products, typically their rums. Could you put on the song on that? I'm trying to figure out, make sure that the song is on.
Oh, wow.
I think you're gonna hear us.
We're good.
Okay, hear it. Alright, sounds good. Alright, just want to make sure that we can hear you. Alright, so one thing about Valier, when Valier chooses bottles, especially from produce that usually has a lot of funk and a lot of oomph, I feel like he always chooses the more milder, balanced notes. Yeah. So I feel like he always chooses the more mild, more balanced notes from a supplier. For example, like even with the Worldy Park. Worldy Park usually has a lot more oomph and jarring flavors. But when he chooses from Worldy Park, it's usually more mild and more balanced in his selection.
Yeah, and I would say this is more mild and balanced for a Elrond.
Correct.
Because I was looking for those you know, like a crazy glue, you know, varnish, painting. I was looking for those, but I think it was more fruit forward.
Well,
I mean, it's there.
It's fruit. You're right. It's fruit forward, and even the fruitiness and the floriness is still also milder than what you'd expect from an Elrond. Like from anywhere you look at it, anywhere you slide, I just feel like this is a more mild flavor note than typical.
Yes.
Alright, so that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Alright. In true form of celebrating Jamaica's independence, we're going to try this one, which is a higher proof. So typically, the Ray and Nephew overproof is 63%. Last year, for Jamaica's 60th anniversary, they did a 70% rum, and they had bottles from each parish. Now, I was able to get only 2 parishes, and there's 14 parishes, right?
Right, 14
parishes.
parishes.
I was able to get 2 parishes, but I never actually opened my full-size bottle. So today, just for you guys, we are going to break the seal on the 70%. Oh boy. I'm not strong enough. Where's my help out? Help. You see, alright, so it's not just me. I thought I was, the weak one out of the two, but I might still be the weak one, but still he had some difficulty as well. Alright, so finally opening up.
Wait, freeze. Where's my phone? Let's see. This one.
Alright, good. Cool. I'm gonna take a fresh glass because I want to make sure I'm not hamper the spirit in any way. Let's give that shake. Let's give that shake. Yeah.
Oh.
Always. These bottles always give it that little thing. See, I'm pouring it, man. Alright, thanks. No problem. Alright, so Jamaica's 61st anniversary of their independence is today. Woo!
And
So,
this,
what a better way to celebrate than with Ray and Nephew, which is the rum of Jamaica. Like if you go to Jamaica, if you meet any old heads in Jamaica especially, there's like, I only drink Ray and Nephew, right? And we have a lot of those kind of people. Even here in South Florida, many of the old Jamaican guys, you bring them a Worthy Park White or something, a Worthy Park Overproof, Rumba, which is Rumba Overproof. They're like, what is that? Like, no, it's only Ray and Nephew.
That's it.
A lot of people like that.
This is everything.
So
this does everything. Ward off spirits. I mean, help you when you have a fever, when you're sick, you have the flu.
all those
It
things.
does everything.
Many of my flu encounters in the last couple of years have been meeting with Worthy Park Overproof with lime and honey, right? That is a staple in my household, right, Jay? Right? Because as I tell you, my wife is Jamaican, or my in-laws is Jamaican, so the people who used to take care of me when I'm sick, Worthy Park is a what you want to say, is a cornerstone, right? Alright, but this is the 70%, which is limited release, and there's labels for 14 parishes. You got comments?
Yeah, rough spirits.
Rough spirits. I'm jealous. I don't have nearly the Jamaica rum you have. So the bottles in Jamaica, let me say, pass up on it. Way too high. 100. What was 100 US? Marshall, what was 100 US? Was it the real nephew? If that was the case here, those guys were really trying to jip it because I think it was what, $45?
Yeah, the box it should be about $45.
Yeah, it was $35 to $45.
$35 to $45
For this in the regular supermarkets, but they will jip you. My cousin ended up paying $175 for a Hamden Great House in the airport when you could get it right here in South Florida for $100. So as a tourist, don't go to the tourist traps. See if you can get to the regular supermarkets, right, to get your rums. It might be, sometimes it might be a little more than duty free, but honestly, at duty free is the last resort. So if you don't get it in the shops, then you could get screwed at duty free as well.
Right. And this is at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston.
For how much?
I think $35.
Okay, so for this one, you could get at the airport for $35. But sometimes if they get a Hamden Great House on you, they won't stick you, right? So make sure and know your price before you get there. Also, you could check their websites. Norman Manley and Kingston has a website online. Check the prices there, and therefore you know before you go there to purchase, or if you're gonna just go to a supermarket.
And also, I think they have a discount, a 20% discount, I believe.
At Norman Manley?
I think both if you purchase online in advance.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. So you see, we're getting a lot of tips here today on the Rum channel, Ready Set Rum. We should get into some more. What else? I don't think anything much happened this week in rum news.
No, not
Well,
much.
there was a bunch of the labels. There's a bunch of labels that came out, and we saw that there was Impex was bringing out some more Clarendon rums.
Yes.
Clarendon 18 year and Long Pond.
Yeah, Long Pond 17 year.
Yeah.
VRW mark.
Mm-hmm.
And we could go through that. I would have to.
Yeah.
I could bring it up and
we'll go through some of the labels in a while. However, the reason why I brought that up is because we really want to try the Legend 17 year versus one of the Clarendon rums. And sadly, we're gonna have to wait a couple months because we don't know when the bottles are gonna be released. But definitely, we want to see what could compare because we have tried a bunch of Kleiner rums and we did find some Kleiner notes similar in the 17 year, but none of the Kleiners that we have are anywhere close to what we are looking for to compare to the 17 year. So guys, whoever is out there who have tried the 17 year, tell me what rum you think comes close to it. All right. So let's get into the celebration of Jamaica's independence. There's a lot more nose on this than a regular overproof.
A lot more burn.
Yeah,
A lot more
heat in the
burn.
nose, but also a lot more flavor. Like I'm getting medicine notes, like grass note.
Right, it's grassy.
There's a slight sugar cane note in the background, a slight sweetness of a sugar cane.
Yes.
But more grassiness, a little medicinal, a little kind of like.
You have a regular Jamaican?
I should have a regular Jamaican nephew. If I don't, shame on me, but I do. So no shame on me, right? So we're gonna crack the regular Jamaican nephew, So you can't really celebrate Jamaica's independence without the original as well. So let's open up this one. We have an unlimited supply of Jamaican nephew at this house. Any more comments?
No, that's it. Just there about this one.
She was $100.
Yeah.
Man, bro, like honestly, guys, you gotta. I remember some other bottle my cousin bought, and he bought it. They said, "Oh, it's $50," but they gave him 50% off. The bottle was $25, and I'm pretty sure the bottle was about $25. Like it wasn't a discount. It was just like
a lot of those duty free stores.
No, but it was like a tourist trap in Ocho Rios.
Yeah, because I'm from Ocho Rios. I live in Ocho Rios, and I've went to some of these stores, and they'll have like they had this wordy park rum bar. Typically when it was for sale in Jamaica, in the supermarket.
You know what it was? It was a rum bar gold.
It was the rum bar gold,
yes.
And that's so the rum bar gold was cheap. It was went from $10 to $15.
Exactly.
In the store, the store it was, I think, close to $50 or something like that.
So I told my cousin, hey, buy that duty free. Only buy the rums at duty free, right? Me being ignorant, I didn't know that joked me on the Hamden like that, right? But I know in duty free, the rums are usually $10, $15, stuff like that. But he somehow went into the store, closed it. They said, oh, it's $50 and it's on sale for $25. So he bought it. While, mind you, the rum is almost $25 in the US, right? I was like, so guys, no, please check online first. These rums, even the aged product in Jamaica, would be like rum bar gold is $12 to $15 in the supermarkets and in duty free. Don't make sure I know at least the American prices first. So when you go there, if you see a price and it's more expensive than the American price, then you can just scrap it all together, right? You may not be able to find a Jamaican website or whatever. You may not even look into it, but just know the American prices first before you go buy it. Mainly buying duty free. Duty free is usually competitive, if not way cheaper. These random stores in these hotels and stuff like that, I would not suggest it at all. All right. So, which one you tried?
I haven't tried. This is the.
Okay, so you want to try that one first?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going with 70% first. All right.
Wow.
Woo! Sweet, nutty, tamarind, sugarcane, dry, agricole,
sugarcane juice.
a lot going on there. A lot going on there, man. All right, now I've tried this. I need more bottles. That was really good. That's $35 in Jamaica, right? $35, $45 in Jamaica. I really need a few more. I want to message my friend David right now. He's in Jamaica. He's feeling sick, but you need to get off your bed, David, and get me some more of the 70 year, right? I know plenty, it might have gone on sale a lot, or a lot probably have been purchased recently because it is also today's Jamaica Independence. So I know a lot of real nephews are going to be drunk, and a lot of people is going to look and find the 70 year. Alright, so you're going to add a little bit of water in that one?
Yeah.
Alright. Man, that was good.
No,
that was good. Oh man, I don't know. You know, I remember the first time I tried it, I don't think I was that impressed with it. I really think that, so last year, I got sick. Tested a ton of times for COVID and never came with COVID. But I'm sure my taste buds was screwed up for months. And that's another reason why I didn't really want to do any videos. Because you remember, I came back from somewhere and you and I was drinking and everything I tried.
Yeah.
I wasn't really liking.
Yeah, it wasn't really liking, right.
And for that reason, I didn't even make any more videos. I was busy also. But I didn't really want to make videos because of that. What do you say? Appleton Ruby, $3,000 on the island. Don't remember the parish. It was Collier. Wow, 3,000. So, that's another thing. So, Marshall, and that happens as well. So I remember this guy, Rum Collections on Instagram. He went to Jamaica and my mother-in-law had told me about certain shops to recommend that he goes to. So what he did, he came off the boat and he hired a taxi to carry him around, and he went to a couple stores and he was able to find really good prices. He actually found, the master, was it the 30 year or the 23 year?
It was the Appleton Master Blender Legacy.
The Master Blender Legacy, which is 30 year? I don't know what that one was. But anyhow, he found the Master Blender Legacy and he found it for like $350 or something. I think in the US here it's usually like $4 something to $5 something, right? So yeah, you definitely want to avoid some of the tourist spots in Jamaica. You know, it isn't all, it's hit and miss. It's hit and miss. So definitely know the American price to know when you're getting ripped off. You know, these people are like, hey, I got an opportunity, I could sell. Someone's gonna come here and pay $3,000 for this rum, and they're gonna feel they got a great deal. And for a ruby that you can't really find, for a guy with the money, $3,000 sounds good. To me, that's auction prices, right?
Yeah, that's not auction price.
That's not really a retail price. Like if you had said 1,000 or even 1,200, I think that's kind of within reason for a rare rum. For a retailer just to sell you, but at 3,000, that's an auction price. That's a straight auction price. I just wouldn't, I can't afford it, but I definitely wouldn't, right? But definitely, Marshall, we gotta trade some samples. I don't know, I think you said you were sending some samples or something, but I'm gonna round up some of these samples we have here today and I'm gonna ship it off to you. So message me in the comments, message me on Instagram, and I would put a package together of some of these rums so you could try them. Let me know if you haven't tried any of these or which one you have tried already, but I'll put a package together for you, as my good rum friend out there. Alright? So far the 70, I think we should have tried the 63 first.
We should have, but because we started on the notes.
Yes.
On day 70.
No, you're right. But man, this thing smells good.
You tried it since you put the water, right?
No, I haven't. But man, there's a kind of weird tamarind. It's like a tamarind kind of smell on that thing as well. Man, it smells delicious.
That's good.
Tastes delicious. There's a bit more of a nutty taste when you add the water on it. It tastes kind of like a more complex version of a rum bar almost. Like rum bar has a lot of sugarcane
right.
kind of vibes, a lot of sugarcane juice kind of vibes. And to add the 70% taste like that, but it's way more complex than it. And there's so much going on. Like honestly, this to me is going up there for one of my favorite white rums right now. It's going up there. Yeah. It's in the top echelon for white rums right now. What do you think?
You know, this is my favorite rum. All time. Nothing beats this, nothing compares. It's always been that way.
I don't want you to try the 70%.
Yes, I would say this is right here neck and neck with the 63%.
Alright, so now I'm gonna go to the 63 then. Since it's still your favorite. It's more muted on the nose. It's hot, a bit medicinal, a bit like what do you call that? Like acetone, nail polish remover. A little fruitiness. It's similar but more, I think it has more of the less fruity, more of the medicinal acetone.
Which one do you think is less fruity?
The 63, yeah. The original one.
Okay.
I never found it fruity. Like from previous tastes, I never found it fruity. I always felt like Rumba White was more sugar cane flavor, more sweetness, more fruitiness than the Woody Park. But the 70%, that's my favorite. That I like the 70 more than the 63. I'm sorry to, you know.
That's good. I never know what CD did. You know, in the past, I see they did. I really enjoy sipping. You know, these two rums.
Watch me.
I didn't know.
Just 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I would have not sipped a white Rover proof rum. Like I think when I just started making videos, October 2020, I was just getting to the point of like understanding the complexity and the notes of Rare Nephew. Wasn't into sipping it neat or anything, but I could understand what it was. Now, I could say that I could sip even the 70% and it is delicious.
It is.
The 70% version to me,
I need to try this in a cocktail.
yeah.
But this in a cocktail,
You know,
any cocktail you put this in, it gives it an extra, an extra.
No, yeah, definitely.
You see, even when I
And the notes open up even more.
Oh, I'm telling you, even when I make my rum punch, and I have it here in this this container with like a cotton cloth over it. You know, I leave it there for a few days. When I come home from work and I open the door, the whole place just smells of
Jamaican overproof rums. The notes really. Who's smoking? What's on?
Beers.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, hear something like some vibrate.
Probably somebody else won. I don't know. I don't see anything. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, like Jamaican overproof rum really has a complexity to it that really lends itself to filling up a room, especially Hamden. Hamden more than anything else, but definitely Woody Park, Rare Nephew in any kind of rum punch or anything. I don't know, I feel like it opens up a lot more on the cocktail.
Yes.
More than if you just sip it.
That's true.
You know, like there's a lot of notes that you just don't get until you add it to a cocktail. But so far, so good. We have this one here, it's $80, which was very good taste notes. A bit more muted than the typical Hamden Elrock in my mind. Then we have, you know, homage to the motherland, the Woody Park, the originator of overproof rums basically, right? Which was decent in its own right, but definitely, to me, the 70% It's way more complex, guys. And if you could get a bottle of this, please do, right?
Collect them all.
Collect them all. 14.
14
Right?
bottles.
I only have 2. I need to collect some more. I really do need to collect some more. So, you know, I am going to be reaching out to my friend David for him to go and, you know, get himself out there and collect some bottles of this for me. Alright, so now we're going on to another Jamaican distillery. So far, Hamden is in which parish?
Trelawney.
Trelawney. I don't know if I'm saying that right. According to my wife, I don't say Trelawney right. Okay? And then we have Worthy Park.
No,
Sorry, Jerry and nephew. Man, the rum's getting to me already. We only at 70% so far. We have higher to go, right? So we have Trelawney, then we have
Jerry and nephew is from New Yarmouth.
right.
New Yarmouth is in I think St. Catherine, I believe.
I think you're right.
I believe it's St. Catherine.
What does it say? Product of Jamaica doesn't say where it is. This is the Westmoreland bottle that I have here. So each bottle has a different thing on the front. I think I have
A different landmark that
another
represents
landmark. Yes.
each parish.
So it have the what do you call it? The flat bridge. I think I have flat bridge. Which parish is that one? Is that Clarendon?
Flatbridge, name is St. Catherine.
St. Catherine.
Could be.
Yes. So I have Westmoreland and I have St. Catherine. I had Clarendon, wasn't mine. Was my mother-in-law brought that for her friend because they're all from Clarendon. Right. So we have, and they all have, well, all the other parishes. I don't know all the parishes, so can't tell you. Right. All right. But now we're moving on
To Worthy Park.
to Worthy Park. And which parish is Worthy Park in?
St. Catherine, I believe also.
Oh, okay. Because what's that place it called? I could never get it right. A Jamaican lady was making fun of me because I couldn't say where Woody Park. It have a weird name. Yeah, it's a St. Catherine. Woody Park Estate, St. Catherine, but the area itself is called U something. Iwatan?
Oh, Iwatan.
You say Iwatan.
Iwatan.
Iwatan, right? So I said Iwatan, right? Because EW.
It's EW.
It's
They always say
EW,
Iwatan.
but it's Iwatan, right? So, you know, the true Jamaicans out there will make fun of me as well for saying Iwatan, right? But this is also in St. Catherine.
Yes.
Alright, so St. Catherine apparently makes some very good rums. Right, this is Worthy Park 151,
Which is stronger.
which is stronger than the 70% we just tried, right? But again, it is from Habitation Valley, and as I said before, Habitation Valley has a habit of really finding the more milder barrels, if not milder production. Like, I don't know how after they produce this, you know, if they hold it in a steel vat or whatever they do for the white rums. But 2005, 502 congeners, right? But the congeners isn't the same as the esters, is it?
No, it's not.
So I don't know how many esters this is.
Typically, the congeners is typically more than the esters.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
the esters are found within the congeners. And this says it was a result of extremely long classic Jamaican style fermentation, 3 months of fermentation, distilled in a double retort pot still, built by Forsyth, I don't know. All right. So I always struggle with these things. I want to have someone with me to struggle with me, right? I say Forsyth.
You say
right?
Forsyth. Okay, I'm gonna say Forsyth.
Installed at Worthy Park in 2005. It was bottled at 75.5 ABV or 151 proof. Classic style of Jamaican overproof rums. Do not drink neat. Only use in cocktails.
Don't drink meat.
Rum is
how much you pour in?
Well, you know, you can just hold that on the side, right? And we use the other 2 glasses to go forward. We'll see how that goes. Alright? So, let's get into it.
Whew.
Slightly hot.
Yes, I feel the first smell of the burn.
High on acetone smells. Very acetone. Like my eyes are crying.
I feel like this is punching you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in your face.
Yeah, trust me, this one here. And we got this one on a deal recent, like last year or so.
Yes.
We paid about $50 for a bottle.
Yes, $50 for a bottle.
But originally it was like what? It was like 70 or 80, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was like 70 or 80 for the bottle originally, but we found some bottles recently, not recently, within last year or so, and it was only $49.99 or something like that, right?
And you still have a few of these floating around, but the price, as you say, is like $80.
Yeah. So, you know, we stayed away from the $80 mark and we was able to get 2 at the $50 mark. There's a kind of sour nose on there as well. Funny enough, there's almost like a tannin kind of note, which typically is when a rum is aged in barrels, right? And it pulls off that tannic note. I don't know, I just getting so much acetone, I'm barely getting anything else. There's a fruity note somewhere in the back there.
Yeah, it's in the back.
It's in the back, but there's so much astringent, acetone, nail polish remover. Like, you know, if it wasn't so expensive, I'd just let my wife use it to remove her nails. But nail polish remover is about $2 a bottle, right? Or maybe worst case $10 a bottle. I think it's like $5. $5 for a good sized bottle. But how is it? Oh, too strong? I saw you on your taste it. No.
Wow.
Dry acetone all the way down your throat.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Acetone. Nail polish remover. Paint thinner.
Makes you salivate a little bit more. Really gets a little burn in the back of my throat there. So for me, who drink a lot of rum, it gets a little burn in the back of the throat. For someone who doesn't drink a lot of strong proof rums, it's gonna do a lot of damage. What other notes you got there? I'm definitely gonna add some water to this because it's really tough to pick up notes. You don't just add a few drops.
There's, as you said, in the nosing, there's a fruitiness there, and you can.
It's there. It's even if it's slightly behind there. You know there's something hiding behind the acetone, but there's just so much acetone that you can barely pick it up. I know when we first
burn is long too.
Yeah,
the burn is long. It's still.
In my palate it's gone, but my throat right here, I'm feeling right here just warmed up. You know. So I did a few drops of water in there. And I felt like when we just opened it, we didn't have all that burning. Maybe we drank too much rum before we drank it.
We thought it was very smooth.
Yeah.
And it didn't drink like a 75%.
No. But maybe we drank too much that day. And then by the time we got to it, and imagine we already had 4 rum. We had 3 rum before we got to this one.
Yeah.
And we filled it. So that day we probably had a ton of rums before we got to this one. And everything we drank is been close to 60% so far. We had 57.8, 63, and 70.
Oh, this rum is lovely. This is a good rum.
It really opens up that little drops of water.
It tones down. It tones down the painting and notes.
Yeah, but now you're getting like a mineral and a rusty nail and it's opening up all the components that makes up acetone.
And this should strictly be, I think, for a cocktail. As I said, do not drink neat, only using cocktails.
Correct. Oh, there's almost this weird, sweet, almost, I don't know what that is. It's like a toffee, maple, there's something in there that I just got a minute ago when I tasted it. Wow.
This is a good word park.
So, what is that? Oh, some like it's sweet it was alright. So it was acetone, then kind of minerally, like metallic. Then I got a strange sweetness. It almost tastes like fat. I went through a lot of tasting notes on that last sip. There's like an evolution to the palate. But
I hope it doesn't, sipping on these high proof doesn't
ruin us trying
yeah.
But these aren't. So this is what we had like 56, 58. Sorry. 56, 61, 63. So we're pretty high up there. Just like these last was pretty high. So I don't know. But so far, in the whites, who's your winner for the whites?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
For the whites or the clear rum, what do you think is the winner? For me, it ain't tough at all. For Rashad, it's tough.
That's really tough.
I don't know what's so tough about it. Maybe because he's Jamaican, he don't want to just be honest.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going, one of the rums are pushing me to go against my beliefs.
So, alright, so tell me about your beliefs today. Tell me about your beliefs.
Growing up on this one, to me, there's nothing else, as I said, there's nothing that compares. This is the
one
best
of those
thing ever.
traditional Jamaican guys.
Yeah. Wow. Still my favorite. I'm coming close. I mean, these two, I think these two are neck and neck. I'm coming in second. I choose the Worthy Park.
Okay.
I choose the Worthy Park over the Hamden. Why? Because the El Rock, because it's a El Rock. Another thing, the notes, it's not typical.
El Rock.
It's kind of slightly muted.
Correct. So for me, without measure, right? No one else is as good as the Ray and Nephew 70%. By a mile. I kid you not, everybody behind.
A mile.
Everybody behind.
A mile.
Guys, I'm telling you no. If you can find the Ray and Nephew 70%, I am happy.
A mile.
Pal, watch me. I kid you not. It's Usain Bolt against pedestrians is what's going on with these rums right here. I find the 70% is head and shoulders above all the other rums, right? To me, yes, the Hamden is not as good as what we know El Rock to be, or we think El Rock is, right? So it's disappointing in that front. But to me, still, it was easier to drink than the Worthy Park 151.
Okay.
Right? It was easier to drink than the 151. The tasting notes were along what I enjoy. It just was more muted than what I like. The Worthy Park, we drank that Worthy Park, and we would have, if we had made a video that day, we would have been out here shouting from the rooftops, best rum ever, best rum. We had loved that. We had really loved the Worthy Park 151. And it sat there for a couple months, and now we tasted it, I was like, man, it's really acetone, and I don't know, like whatever note was on there before, I guess, I don't know, maybe it's like it oxidized, I don't know what happened, but the notes, or maybe we were drinking too much that day, or what was going on, but our notes then and our notes today is not the same. We drank this with like Donna and them. Everybody had like this.
Yes, everybody had
when we cracked this bottle, everyone had like this. And I tell you, on that day, I would have made this rum the same as the Worthy Park. So guys, know this. The notes of this thing evolves as it oxidizes. The day you open it, it's delicious, the best thing you ever had. If you drink it all out that day or within that month or so, you would love it. If you leave it and let it sit for a couple months, you may not love it. And honestly, if I leave this for a couple months, I may not love it either.
Yes.
But true. I can tell you, on today, the independence, the 61st independence of Jamaica, the Worthy Park 70% is the best rum of the white rums. Right? Everybody else fighting for second place. Alright, this was good, not as good as what we expected. This was good, you know. This is the Jamaican or stereotype, the Jamaican standard, right? And this was very acetone forward. This is when you add a little bit of water, you get some different notes and stuff like that. That, you know, really represents what Worthy Park is typically about, right? Honestly, but when I opened it, it was way more on the way more sweeter, I would say. It really reminded me more of the Rumba Overproof that day. Today, it's kind of like a way stronger version of the Rumba Cinema, right? Alright, so that's what we got so far, right? So we did the whites. We want to try something else?
No.
Okay. Now we're gonna go on to, you know what we forgot to do? Put on the light right there. Alright, guys, let's. I don't know how bad the light it has been so far.
It doesn't look too bad.
But we'll make Russian look better. Get some lighting, some additional lighting right here. Alright guys, so as I stated, we just went through all the whites. For me, Rashawn was between the real nephews as the number one. So me, the 70% is way better than the 63. The 63% was good. I don't know, like, to me, it's Usain Bolt against the world going on right now. You know, the Hamden, the Woody Park 63. I put those tied for second, and I'll put the Woody Park last, just because, man, it was just, to me, it was tough to drink neat and very complex notes. And to me, in a cocktail, the Woody Park 151 is probably the best one.
Yeah.
The complexity behind it, the intensity behind it, I just think in a cocktail that would open up so much, it would blast you away. But I think the 70% Ray and Nephew blasted me away neat and blasted me away in a cocktail as well. They would have Mai Tai with that 70% with Ray and Nephew. That might be king of the Mai Tais. Or even a daiquiri. Anything you put up against this, I think it's winning. If it's not winning, it is a close second. I really rate that 70% Ray and Nephew that high. It was delicious. Delicious. So
we're gonna collect them all.
Yeah, I really need to get more. Like, even if I get the same, what you call that?
Same parish.
Same parish. Because it's all the same rum, just different parishes just to represent the different areas. You know, Jamaicans are very prideful of being Jamaican, but they're also very prideful of their parish as well, right? So they're very proud to be from Clarendon, they're very proud to be from St. Catherine, right?
Because mine's, two of my parish.
What's your parish?
St. Anne.
St. Anne, right? I have no St. Anne's. So
St. Anne, you have the, what's it called? What the falls called? Like Duns River Falls.
Duns River Falls. Oh, okay.
Duns River Falls.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
On the front of the label.
Alright, I think I have one more somewhere here. I don't have the Clarendon anymore, but I'm pretty sure I have a St. Catherine. Where Kingston is? Kingston is in a parish? Or Kingston is Kingston? I don't know. Jamaica, I don't know.
Kingston is in Kingston.
So the parish is Kingston?
There's a,
I don't know. You need to tell me. Like, I am close enough. I am Jamaican enough that I will pass most Jamaican tests, but not close, not knowledgeable enough to know that there's a Kingston.
Kingston is its own parish.
Oh, okay.
Even though Kingston is in St. Catherine.
Oh, okay.
So Kingston is in Kingston.
I don't know if they have a Kingston.
Best person to ask.
Mums, Kingston parish. Kingston is not a parish.
Yeah. It's a parish.
It's a parish. So do we have a Kingston label? We have a, so then it's 15 parishes difference.
No, it's 14. But Kingston is.
But the merge Kingston and St. Andrew.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's a St. Andrew.
I don't even know.
No.
It is 14 parishes because Kingston is one and St. Andrew is one. But the merged Kingston and St. Andrews now is 13 parishes.
When that?
No, well, they produce 14 bottles though. So Kingston have its own label.
So they
they
put
drop one
Kingston as
parish?
one. No, they're not drop it, they slash it. Kingston/St. Andrew. Or it was Kingston/St. Andrew before and now
It
they
was.
remove it and put it as
Yeah, Kingston is in St. Andrew, but Kingston still is
Kingston
its
is
own
in
parish.
St. Andrew and St. Andrew is in Kingston. It kind of intertwined.
Right.
So before, they used to call it one in Kingston and St. Andrew.
Mhm.
Now they say Kingston and they say St. Andrew.
Right.
Alright, so we have some knowledge from an actual Jamaican. This one is like, he half Jamaican.
I really go to Kingston. I have much reason to go.
Okay, so far, Rashawn says that the 63 and the 70% time, right? That might be just that he's holding on to his old bias with the 63.
Yes, this is what puts me to sleep when I was a baby.
Alright.
I don't know if I should have said that.
That's a true Jamaican, right? So, but for me, right, I have no Jamaican biases. I says the 70% Ray and nephew is the king of the overflow, right? And honestly, I don't know any other white rum that could compare. That was very delicious, right? So now we're going to pour up, we're going to get into the darks. I'm going to pour up the ITP.
From Long Pond.
From Long Pond, right? So, honestly, this ITP has fallen in and out of flavor with myself, right? So, I remember I tried the ITP at the Rum Congress.
Rum Congress.
Rum Congress 2022?
Yes, 23.
23 was just the other day we tried? We tried the year before. We tried the year before.
We tried the year before. We tried the half edition, which
Right.
was like 76%.
Yeah, 75.5 was like
Yeah.
So,
And then we tried the regular edition, was like 56, 59.
correct. So
This
I
year.
liked it then, and then I didn't like it when I bought it, and then I liked it again. So this ITB has fallen in and out of favor with me. I don't know. I could say that maybe when I didn't like it was because I was sick and my taste buds was messed up. I don't know, right? But what's the nose? It's a bit hot on the nose. Some fruitiness. Some hot fruits in there. You know, kind of bean. Almost like that slight tanker bean smell you get off of some of those Trinidad rum, but way more intense on the Jamaican rums. Some acetone in there. But it is hot.
It's hot.
Yeah. Alright, so let's get to the tasting. What do you call that taste? Oh, there's a weird fruity note there. There's a fruity, but it's not a regular fruit. It's like, to me, I just think about like almost like moringa and those type of weird pod seed things. That's what I get when I taste that. It's like almost nutty and creamy at the same time.
It's a weird fruit taste.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm getting?
Mm.
The first time I'm actually getting this, I'm getting a slight. You know, I always get some weird notes every now and then. Like, what?
Tell me, because maybe it's that what I get in. What
A
you get?
slight bubblegum taste.
Bubblegum? No.
I
I get, it's honestly like, it's nutty, it's almost like one of those weird things you just don't really eat.
Reminds me of this bubblegum that I usually eat when I usually go to school.
What is it? My number one bottle find is what? What is that?
Oh, the Appleton 1993.
93.
Yeah.
I haven't got that one as yet. Okay, so far, I tried the 95, the 99 we tried the other day in the video.
Uh-huh.
No. I've been 94, but I haven't tried that yet. I've tried 93. I really.
Hopefully we'll be released soon in the States.
Guys, I don't know. Appleton, if you hear this, we need to get a 1988 because that's my birthday, right? Yeah, for me, right? Luca, Joy, 88. It's a nice number.
You love me for 88.
Just get me an 88 and I'll appreciate it, And come to the distillery and pick it up if you need it. David, help a brother out, please. Alright. So,
oh my gosh. This bubblegum not, man.
I don't know where this guy gets bubblegum.
No.
I don't get any bubblegum. I get. So
it's not your typical bubblegum. It's a specific one that I recall, eating.
This was not a very good bubblegum. If you had a bubblegum that tastes like this.
Yeah.
This just seems so like natural, no sugar added. Like that's what I'm getting. I'm getting like barely any sugar added, some sort of odd fruit that isn't really sweet.
That's the bubblegum.
Rustiness, like slightly medicine-y, but still a very good taste in complex rum. Like honestly guys, I bought this bottle about a month ago.
Yeah.
And I think about within a week I drank most of this. Like so I tried it I had it at my desk. So guys, hear this. Typically, if I come home, I work throughout my day and I come home and just try to sort out things from my job in the night time before I go to bed. And this had accompanied me for a week straight. And man, it was a good week. Right? So what we have here is Holmes Key, right? Holmes Key the bottler, right? And this is a 100% pot still from Long Pond Distillery, fully aged in the tropics for 15 years in ex-bourbon casks.
Right? ITP mark.
Which is Ivy Trelawney pot. Is what the ITP means. IVE?
Yeah. It's actually Trelawney pot.
It's a lower ester rum. And here's the thing. So I remember listening to Caleb, who's a master blender for Guyana, for Diamond Distillery. And he said that, hey, all esters are not made the same. Some people put a ton of stuff, right? And the esters, even though the ester number is high, the ester impact, the flavor isn't high. And if you just look at Jamaican rums alone, Worthy Park, low ester marks are crazy flavorful.
Yeah.
Intense you need water to dilute it down on their low ester marks. Right? And what, even though Guyana doesn't really state their esters, their ester marks, their flavor components compared to the ester number, the flavor components are way higher in Guyana for just whatever they produce with low esters. So that's one thing that you can't really get confused or caught up in the ester marks with some of these.
Yeah, because there's a lot of other flavor compounds.
Right.
Not just.
And there's just certain type of esters that just give way more flavor.
Right.
Than others. Right. So you get 150 esters, right? But 100 of those esters give a very strong flavor.
We have to go do a video, scientific video breaking down the different chemical compounds of it.
That would take a lot of research. If you ever do a video like that.
I actually read a lot about the compounds.
Yeah. No, I actually saw even something this week about it. So we could do that. But that's definitely gonna be a paid video, because Lord God, the amount of information I have to go through, it will take a while, it will take a lot of effort on our part, and also it will just be like very long.
Yeah.
Because we have to go through, we have to do distillery by distillery. It might be like a 4-part video for each distillery and how they esters, and it might be tough to even do it that way. But anyhow, we'll think about it. But guys, definitely you need to, chip in on the cash app for us to say, hey, you know what, we really need to do this. But we really could do and go through all the ester notes and all that kind of stuff. Right? But so far, this ITP, as much as it is a low ester mark, I think it's like 100 and something, it still tastes pretty, a lot more flavorful than some other 150 ester type nuts. You know, like this to me almost has as much, if not more, flavor than the El Rock. And the El Rock is at 350 to 450.
Yeah.
Right? So just from estate to estate, and ester is not the same. When it comes to Clarendon, which has a way more traditional Jamaican distillery setup, well, no, it doesn't. It isn't more.
Which one, the Clarendon?
Because I'm not going to compare Clarendon to Hamden, and Hamden has the most traditional setup.
Yeah, Hamden has the most traditional setup.
And has the most traditional setup, but this ITP.
Then I would say Longpond have the next traditional setup.
Yeah. So pretty much
those old pot stills.
Yes. So Hamden and Clarendon both have old pot stills. You know, I would have to follow a bit more on this one to find out which one is more traditional. I'm pretty sure she said Hamden was the most traditional.
I think Hamden is the most traditional.
But this ITP from Long Pond is very much, to me, and this is 56%, and that was 57.8, and this to me tastes a lot more density in the flavor. What did Rough Spirit say?
Oh no,
and number one bottle?
It was the same.
Okay.
1993.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, this one here, how much I pay for that? 150.
Yeah, this is about $150 plus.
$150. No, taxes included. I definitely
Okay.
pay more than 150 for it. So this is about 150 including taxes, I believe. And I would say must try, but honestly kind of needs a must buy. Like I really liked it. Like honestly for that, look, I took it down. So I try to rotate rums out every week or so. Like just to kind of just acquaint myself with different flavor profiles and stuff. And I kid you not, this is very enjoyable. I sip this all for like a full week.
Yeah.
I sipped it. Like I try not to sip throughout the week, but this week was a tough week, but drinking this one was a good week, right? So definitely this is a good one.
That's a good one.
Cannot complain. Alright, so pour this off, rinse this out. Definitely a 15-year. And the next up we're gonna go to Jamaica EMB
Clarendon Distilleries.
Clarendon Distillery.
Yeah, Homestay, Jamaica. Clarendon Distilleries, 2014, 61% alcohol. That's what, 8 years, yes. 8 years, tropical.
Right. So one thing is that Long Pond and Clarendon Rum Distillery are both under the
NRJ,
National Rums of Jamaica. So National Rums of Jamaica, they make their own bottles. I have one back there, the Long Pond ITP, which was even more expensive and lower proof. It honestly tasted like an improvement to the Appleton. It did not taste like this rum at all.
Okay.
To me, it tasted way closer to our Appleton Estate 12 year, but a higher proof. A little bit smoother, a little bit more flavorful. What? Think about it, you could get the Appleton Estate 12 year for $40. Right? So, I don't know, I wasn't happy about it. I wasn't happy about that purchase. I made the purchase, even tasted it, and it was confusion. Like it came out, I tasted it a long time before, didn't like it when I tried it. I wasn't that impressed by it, and then I bought it at full price, and then I tried it again. I was like, man, I'm not impressed by this. But from 56 point whatever percent it was to 56%, an extra 10% is way better, and this is cheaper.
Yeah, this is
than the NRJ bottling, right?
right.
So, I don't know how NRJ figured that one out, but definitely they produce great rums, right? Their distilleries produce great rums, and they are going to produce more of their rums going forward. So we look forward to trying those rums, but the first one that we tried, we weren't very impressed.
Yeah, we wasn't very impressed. It was, for me personally, it was okay. It was just like a okay rum.
It was an okay rum at barely high proof, right? Because think about it, like most rums that people sell at a premium price,
You have the box in here.
What's that? Yeah. It's on the box and the bottle right here.
You can ask.
Right? So,
This is it.
this is it right here. So, we're going to stick only to Jamaican rums today. Right? So, 45.7%. Right? So, 45.7%. This bottle right here, ITP bottle, bought in Jamaica for, I think, $170 I paid for it.
Some
Right?
places have it for 200.
Yes, but some have for 200. I think some people said it was cheaper somewhere, like 150 or something. I heard about it. I never saw actual price.
I never saw the average price that I've seen is 190, 200. There's just a couple stores have it for a bit less. But
Really?
the average, yeah. I even see some stores have it for 250.
So I saw it for 165 at Pike's Liquor Store in New York. 165, 170, Pike's Liquor Store in New York. So the price, the suggested retail was about 165, right? 165, 170. So that was what they suggested. Some people sold it higher, but that's the thing. Like the thing about it is, this is 45 and this is 56. 45.7, 56. That's 10% minimum, like at least 10% higher, right? For a bottle. Like, and it has way more, like the flavor note in this is way more dense. You know, like for most people, like we drink neat, right? But a lot of people drink on ice, a big cube, right? I don't really like to drink on I used to like to drink on a big cube, but I recognize when I drink with a big rock, it dilutes on the flavor enough that I want to drink more, right? And that's not a good thing because then you end up ingesting more alcohol than you really want to based on that, right? But yeah, I really think that the home scale is better. So
And it's similar. Same 15 years tropical, same ITP.
correct, but higher proof.
Higher proof and cheaper price.
Right? So Clarendon, we've heard that they're not really selling much to the independent bottlers anymore. Right? So you're gonna get a lot more now. You get a lot more continental age. But in my mind, like they have a good product, but what's the pricing? Because this was 170, right? Just give them 170. I would always see them for 200 and stuff. Give them 170. 170 for a low proof. Why? Right? And then they brought another bottle, which they sold for like $600.
Yeah, $600.
Which is again, which the proof was higher.
The proof was higher.
It was like 60% or so.
Yeah, it was like a 60%.
But then it was the
it's a higher
esters,
mark. Yeah.
higher mark.
It was
but
like
again,
250 esters.
yeah.
VRW mark.
But again,
18
long
years.
pond esters is a lot more oomph than some other distillery esters. So I wouldn't knock them for the ester mark. Just understanding that their low esters still give a lot of flavor profile, a lot of flavors, you know. So for that reason, I wouldn't knock them for that. But that was a crazy price. It's like $650, 300 to 350 bottles or something like that. It was like the low 300 numbers for the bottles.
Yeah.
60%, and I don't know. It probably tastes really good. I give them the benefit of the doubt. Great tasting rum, 60%, 300 bottles, $650. Would I buy that?
No.
No, I wouldn't buy it simply because the brand, right, which is the bottle, the box here, right, National Rums of Jamaica brand, it isn't legendary like that to pay $650 for a rare bottle, in my opinion. Like we just paid $550, $560 for the Appleton Legends. Right. We just paid $550, but Appleton Estate, right, is the biggest brand out of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right? The biggest brand known by every single person who drinks rum knows Appleton Estate. So it's a no-brainer. Really a no-brainer because you gotta spend $650, $550, right? But it is, you kind of have to. If you're into rums like that, you would want to, like we did a bottle split and we even bought bottles for ourselves and stuff like that, right? So it is, you kind of want to buy a bottle.
Yeah.
Right? National Rums Jamaica produces great tasting rums, but to me they don't have that cachet as a legendary rum manufacturer producer, even though they are, right? So you know, to me, like, it's kind of early in their development to bring out that kind of price. Like, Hamden has a bigger name than National Rums of Jamaica.
Yes, they do.
Right?
Currently, they do.
Hamden has a way bigger name
Yes.
than National Rums of Jamaica. I don't think there's a rum from Hamden at 650. They brought the birds that was like 2 something that sold as much as 4 something. But I don't
They're
think
close.
what do they have?
They have a 12-year DOK that's tropically aged. About
12-year DOK. Is it in Europe?
in Europe. And
From
then,
from under their Hamden name.
Under Hamden Villiers collaboration.
Right, but then you have Valier to sell it. That's like the Hearts.
Right.
Right? The Hearts that Valier Appleton and Steel collaboration. Right? So you have Valier's name plus your brand name. Hamden has Valier's name plus their brand name. Under their own name, no Luca Valier Association, their rums are usually 250, 3. I don't know, they're probably at 350. What did the Pagos and stuff was?
What was I called?
A collaboration.
Yeah.
Alright. So even alright, okay, so there's one, I don't even know how you want to weigh that. But anyway, taking like Hamden's name, right? Even claiming that the Hamden Valley collaboration is just a Hamden rum, it has way more cachet than National Rums of Jamaica.
It does, and I believe that it was a process for them. They didn't start out like selling all these rums expensive. They started out cheap.
Right.
You know, when they decided to start making their own rums,
Right.
and even when they were selling barrels to a few independent producers, that they were aging at their facility.
Right.
You know, like we have the the stolen overproof rum.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That was like $20 for half a bottle.
Half a bottle, so
That
$40
was
for a
like-
full bottle.
Right. $40 for full, and that's a L wrap.
Right.
So so slowly they tried to slowly over time the price
Went up.
it went up with
And that's been but so you can see like they've been selling their own, not really selling their own, but like they've been selling and making independent bottlers and stuff like that. And they have a huge reputation.
and it started out cheap. Long time did they start out cheap. They just went straight to the top and hit you.
So for me, and it is a crazy jump in price that I don't understand. But they're not producing a lot. And it's strange because the fact that they're no longer really selling to independent bottlers, but also they are not producing a ton of bottles. Like, to me, if you're not selling to independent bottlers, like, I thought they would be producing a lot more rum.
And that was gonna be a question I was gonna ask you. So you're not selling to independent bottlers. Okay. Cool, you wanna keep the product. Something that St. Lucia Distillery made a decision to do also.
Right.
So you're keeping all this rum to yourself, but what are you gonna do with it?
So the question is, maybe they never stored anything before. Like, if they just send out all their bottles all the time, right? That they don't have any stockpile, that now they have to build up. Because to me,
Okay.
if I chose not to produce, I would have at least 2 bottles a year coming out. Minimum. Every year, I'm putting out 1 bottle in April, 1 bottle in October or something like that. Every single year, to ensure that I'm having like almost like a private label, like how they have that bottle set up where they have the ITP, then they have the VRW. Like, I'll be cranking them out, but like I wouldn't be cranking them out at these prices, right? Like,
Listen, maybe they're trying to build 8 stocks.
yeah, so maybe they're trying to build 8 stocks. There was reason why they're not really cranking out like that. But in my mind, going forward, like, I don't know how long they're gonna take, but they're gonna have to start cranking out at a decent price that people are willing to pay for it. A lot of independent bottlers sell at about $100, right? At 50 something proof, and they already paid them for it,
Yeah.
right? So they already paid them, they made some profit, they did all the label, bottling, blah 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 blah. Like, if they sell at the same price as independent bottlers, they would have made more than what the independent bottler made. So the independent bottler made 10%, they made 20%, right? Because there is a payment exchange that should have been made right there.
Yeah.
So I think that they have the opportunity to compete at independent bottler levels or independent bottler prices and produce way more product.
They do. Take for instance, Plantation. About 3 years ago, they have a long pan rum that they released. Almost, I think about 22, 23 years old. ITP, $120.
Insane.
20 something years old.
And Plantation is part owner of it, so they still have to pay a price to get it. So the owner and the part owner can't, the price had to be the same or similar. So it is important. So I don't understand.
And the Plantation bottlings are, you know, they're always cheaper. Always,
Yeah.
you know.
And Plantation sends things to France and send it back. So
Yeah,
they're shipping 2 times.
They're double aging.
They're shipping 2 times. It can't make sense, but right?
And they still find a way to sell it at a reasonable price. And close to like a 50% mark.
Honestly, Plantation markings don't really confuse me. The pricing is confusing as hell.
It's a price.
I don't understand how they could price things so low, but whatever. That's Plantation, you know.
Just
whatever.
like the one last year, the Clarendon last year, the Plantation Clarendon, 17 years old, MMW mark, almost 500 esters, selling for 60 something, $70. I think 49% proof. ABV.
Okay. Alright. You know, but yeah. But again, yeah, we will stick on these Jamaican rums today, and we're going to go on to the EMB,
Yeah,
which is what, 2 something percent, 200 something esters. What esters was this?
I think 250 somewhere around there.
So 8 year.
Yeah, because it's a medium ester rum.
So on the back of all the homestay bottles, they say, enjoy meat with a splash of water. I don't know why I went straight from tasting. On the nose it's kind of hot though, but I like the tasting.
I love this rum.
You know, honestly, I think I might like the EMB more than the ITP.
I believe you do.
I think
When we tasted this in at Rum Congress, the first time you're like, oh, you need a bottle. What's the first thing you said to me? You said, hey, you say you need a bottle. And Rum Congress is what made me buy this bottle. Every case.
I feel like I need to try them side by side or something.
What, the lamp and the...
Yeah. It's quite You want to try it side by side?
Okay.
So, I don't know. I think I like the EMB more. But man. Switches around. ATP, EMB. What?
So I get some cinnamon now.
You see? Sometimes you just need to go back to it.
First you hit me cinnamon.
Yeah, there's a spice, there's a grounded spice note on this. On the ITP, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ITP.
Yeah. I think the I don't know, they're both pretty good. When it becomes more sweeter. I think I like the EMB more, but I'm not sure. They're distinctly different,
Yeah.
but distinctly close in likability in my mind. I don't know. But EMB was a lot cheaper.
Yes.
EMB was like what, $100?
Yes, the end is about $90.
Right. And the ITP was like 140 plus tax.
Right.
So, excuse me. for bang for buck, the AMB over the ITP, right? Because honestly, flavor profiles are different, but EMBs are whole $60, $50 to $60 less.
And a little bit more ABV.
Yes.
61%.
61 ABV.
This is a good deal.
So definitely, I don't want to add any more. I'm drinking too much rums right now.
But on this, currently, this is my favorite distillery at the moment.
Clarendon.
Yes, there's this pineapple note that I always get.
I don't know where this guy gets from.
There's this pineapple note, and I always get it. And I tell you about this pineapple note. But then I sent you an article, probably twice in the past about I think it's a lab in Boston that breaks down
apothecary.
I believe so. Yes. And they were telling you about this compound that's in Clarendon rum. Yes. That's supposed to give you that pineapple note.
I need to go back to that article. Yeah, he did.
And they say it's not for everybody. It's like this rum is either you really like it or you really don't like it.
I think I like the EMB more. There's that weird medicinal astringent note on the not astringent, but like that chemical kind of flavor on the ITP is more than on the EMB. So guys, recommendation EMB over the ITP, right? So now we have covered Clarendon and Longbourn. We need to move on to the Appleton Hearts collection at 63%. Seven Jamaican rums we're going to complete today.
Wow.
All at high proof.
So far we have done Hamden, New Yarmouth, Worthy Park, Long Pond, Clarendon.
There's a New Yarmouth?
No, this.
What's this one?
Appleton.
Appleton owns. Oh, so
it's a sister distillery.
So the Appleton distillery is just called Appleton. What's the Appleton distillery called up at where the distillery is? That's not New Yarmouth.
Appleton Estate.
Oh, it's just called Appleton Estate?
Yeah.
Oh! Somewhere in my mind, it had a name that was different, separate from Appleton. Like it was named based on the location. What's the location called? Oh, okay. Okay, so this is the St. Elizabeth location, which I might have 1995. No, I didn't see this. So while you're there, when you go to Appleton Estate in St. Elizabeth, you could go to you do a tour, which is a great tour. You start off, they give you a cocktail, you go around, you see the production all the way from the donkey crushing the cane, which is the traditional method, which they definitely don't do that anymore, but they still have some of these exhibits there for you guys to try. So definitely check out the Appleton Estate Distillery. There's usually limited edition rums there for purchase. So any rum that comes out within the year or within like 6 months of you going there, it's typically available at that location, right? So if you go up there, you could buy like the Legend or whatever that's like recently produced.
Right.
That's from just Appleton, not like a Luca collab or whatever, but like you might be get the Legend there if you go there. I don't know if it's there now, but like there's another bottle that came out a while ago that was there. The Decades was there. Before the Decades,
the Journey was there.
The Journey was there.
Which was at 23 years old.
Yeah.
23 years old Appleton.
So
and currently they're doing the private.
Yeah, the private bottling.
The private bottling.
Yeah. Which was the age of the private bottling? Did they say?
I think 18.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a private bottling right now that you can get your name inscribed in and all that kind of stuff. So definitely, guys, if you're going to Jamaica and you have the time, you can't get the time if you're on a cruise ship, but if you go there like to spend a couple of days, go up to the Appleton Estate Distillery. I I heard Worthy Park Distillery is really good also for the tour and stuff like that.
Hamden also.
Hamden is good. Hamden is good just because it's Hamden. It's like the oldest,
Worthy
distillery.
Park is good also.
But Hamden also is very traditional, so it's not really like fancy setup type of thing, right? Worthy Park is good, so definitely go guys if you have the sorry for the interruption. Alright guys, so yeah, definitely check out the Hamden.
Hamden, Worthy Park, Appleton.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think you can get into Longpond as yet.
Yeah, you can't get to Longpond.
You definitely cannot get into New York, man.
You can't get to Hamden. You can't get to Longpond. You can't get to New York.
No, this is like a secret.
Yeah, New York is a secret, but Hamden, but New Yarmouth and Longpond is just that they don't have it set up as yet. So they had a fire, they rebuilt some stuff.
I think they're trying to set up a Longpond.
Yes, they
had a grand opening last year.
Yeah, Longpond was the one that burnt.
Yes.
Yeah, so Longpond is reopening, and they probably gonna have a tour there soon. So definitely, check out as many as you can. Give them a call. Reach out to them. They're very friendly. Reach out to them on social media if you can. I think Worthy Park has a tour page. Yes. I think Appleton also has a tour page. They changed the Joy Spence page into the Appleton Estate tour page. So definitely check them out, and definitely the Appleton I've done already. I was supposed to do the others this year, but honestly, I just couldn't wrap my mind around spending all that money heading to Jamaica in November. It was going to be with the Florida Rum Society and Rummeliers. I just didn't have time or money to really sacrifice to go down there. Not sacrifice, but sacrifice financially, but enjoy the time being there, right? Just couldn't do it, so I actually cancelled. But yeah, so we're moving on to the Appleton Heart, which is from Appleton, 100% pot still, which is from the Appleton Estate. So the Appleton Estate has the pot still, and the other one has what? What does the New Yarmouth have? A pot and column?
Both pot and column.
Okay.
Appleton has I think Appleton has a column also.
I think they do.
They have a column also.
So both have pot and column. Because I saw you could see the column still in like from doing the tour.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think New Yarmouth is the big distillery.
Right.
Have more,
So they produce
a lot more. They produce the Rare Nephew, which is a pot and column blend. There's no pictures of the stills.
They probably like burn people cameras if they come in there with
you're not supposed to. You're supposed to you only can see a picture of the gate.
Which is crazy. Like
they're very secretive.
They're very you know what? I had a thought was like, you know what? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Like, because I just like I have relationships with Appleton and stuff, so I won't burn my bridges, right?
To try to get in here?
Yeah, before I get there. Yeah, because like I want to see it. Like I want to see it, and I was like, I should have pictures to share with my friends, my rum friends online. But I would like to keep all my nice Appleton relationships intact. So sadly, guys, if I ever see it, you definitely will not see it.
To apply to work there.
Exactly. I may have to apply for a job. Right? I might have some qualifications. I'll see if I can get there. Alright, so we're going on with the Appleton Hearts 1995. Man, it is strong in flavor. It's like,
would you say it's your typical Appleton
nose? Not at all. Far from the Appleton nose. 63%. Very hot on the nose. There's some notes below there. Like this definitely needs a drip of water to open it up. 63%. It's locked. Right? In that.
And this is the 20.
So it's what, 25? What age is this? 25 years age.
25 years.
Distilled in 1995, bottled in 2000. Congeners 1,440 congeners. That's a lot compared to who mentioned congeners. The L Rock. No, sorry. The Phosphide WP 151 says it's 500 and something?
Yes, 502.
502. This is 1,400.
Yeah, 500.
Right? 1,440 on the congeners. right? 3,000 bottles and 63%. So, to me, these congeners, these are not just congeners, but I think the ester count is pretty high as well.
It is.
So this was, so they said, sorry, so but one thing to add, this was distilled in a phosphite pot still as well. And aged for 25 years, 12 casks of this mark were blended and created an elegant single mark edition. So this is one mark. So Appleton Estate doesn't really tell you what their marks are.
I've watched an interview with some the people that manage Appleton Estate.
Right.
And they said they don't do marks.
Right.
That's what I think it was the managing director. And he said, oh, we don't do marks. We leave that to New York.
Right. So
it's just a single.
Right. So they don't really stress the marks, which probably means that all the Appleton probably is one type of blend.
Right.
Right. So probably just have one blend, one mark basically.
One mark. They make it same way, true and true.
Right.
The only difference might be, one is a column, one is a pot,
right.
and the age.
But the
difference.
same thing all the time, right?
Right.
Which is great because that means that they all should be, I don't know if it's great or not, but it all should be from the 94, 95, 99 should be almost the same thing if they keep the mark same. It's just that whether the work has messed up or the temperature change kind of thing, But 25 years, and let's see what exactly. To me, it's very tight. It's high congeners, but sometimes your taste buds and your nose can't really distinguish. Like we are like whatever. Maybe dogs or cats have great noses. They could piece apart every single thing or piece apart things way better than we can. But definitely to me, this is so tight I could barely get much notes on it. It just smells like one strong nose. What do you get? So the longer it breathes, the better it is. Because I don't know, I feel like I'm getting...
I get some spices.
I get some spices, but I get the spice, I get the heat. I get some slight acetone, but I also get a nuttiness on the underneath. High on the acetone, bro. Wow. So 63%. To me, the nose on this is as high as probably the which is also a phosphite still. And the guys who started this and bought this, did they start at Appleton? I don't know.
Oh.
But I remember this guy, they bought this, the owner, he was from Appleton.
I'm not quite
I
sure.
think he was from Appleton, but I remember that he said that
he learned. I think he learned somewhere. It was somewhere though.
No, but I think he bought the phosphite because he came with a training.
Yes,
He was able to go to Scotland
where he
and get trained.
That was the difference why he bought this
still inside the other stills. But another thing is that it's good because also Appleton Estate got this still. So if you had gotten any master blenders, I think some of the master blenders and different people came from Appleton, and therefore they had already experienced with a similar style of still. Right, because the same still in the both locations. I know that a lot of people over time, Appleton's been so old, people have aged or people have been, released and whatever else. They have gone on and worked for Worthy Park as well. Alright, so we haven't added any water, but let's try. Let's see what's going on.
Almost reminds me of a Chairman's Reserve. Remember that the Eskimos bros.
Yeah.
Pick.
Yeah.
A 9-year-old Chairman's Reserve.
Also from
John Doerr Vendome.
Yeah.
Blend.
Was a blend of those two stills. Correct. You're right. It does remind you of
You finished your bottle, right?
Yeah. I was about to finish a long time ago. If I can find another Eskimo Bros, guys, let me know in the comments where I can find that Eskimo Bros. So we just bought one. I just bought the Horizon from, which is, I think it's a John Doerr too.
Yes, a John Doerr.
Yeah. But I don't want to incorporate any other rums in this video other than just Jamaica, because you might have forgotten or you haven't heard since you came on late, But this video is all about Jamaican rums to celebrate Jamaica's 61st anniversary. Any comments?
Happy Independence
Happy
Day.
Independence, lads. Thanks. Some good rum to taste. I have that Valley White. Which Valley White? Because we have two. We have, I don't know if it was blocked, but we have the Smith WP 151
And the Hamden
and the
L
Hamden
Rock.
L Rock. So this bottle here was what? 275?
That's the one, 95?
95.
Yeah, 275.
275.
That
Alright,
was
so
a good deal. It was comparing to what other people paid.
well we paid
In Jamaica it was
yeah,
$500.
Yeah.
In
So-
Europe it was a lot too.
And five in Europe was about this same amount in pounds. Yeah. The issue is that this thing was bottled in Europe. So it had to be imported back into another Jamaican rum. The Jamaican rum was exported to Europe, bottled in Europe, and then shipped back to Jamaica. So by the time they paid the prices for the imports, you know, then they pretty much paid such a high price that it cost them more money. Because
Right.
you import a rum
That makes sense.
At-
Yeah, it would cost me.
at UK prices,
Uh-huh.
right? You import that back, shipping plus tax. You know, so they end up paying a ridiculous amount of money in Jamaica. It was better to, if anyone was in Jamaica, it was better to come to the US or have a friend in the US, purchase your bottle and ship it back. Or even you could buy a ticket and go back and forth because Jamaica to America isn't that expensive. Well, about a flight was $200? If so
Right
much,
now?
yeah. Any time of the year. Typically,
In Jamaica?
yeah.
Maybe a little bit more.
Trust me, Jamaican prices for flight is cheap. Like you could get a flight for like 120 to like 300.
1 way.
2 years, dude, you don't go Jamaica enough.
Just a 120. 120 some way
Dude.
too cheap. Unless you're going on Spirit.
Based on the
With
time of
suitcase.
year, based on the time of the year, no. In fact, with Spirit, you could actually get a suitcase sometimes cheaper than a carry-on, right? Based on the time of the year, right, and when you buy a flight, you could get a flight in Jamaica to Jamaica and back very cheap. So based on the time of the year, the cheapest I would think is like about 120, 150.
Disclaimer from Florida.
From Florida.
Sorry,
We are in
from
South
Miami or
Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, so Fort Lauderdale Airport to like Kingston or Mandeville, you could get like 120, 150. I said 150, the cheapest return flight, and you go all up to 300, 3 something.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. A flight in Christmas time is $1,000. You understand? So we ain't even on the same scale, but like it is ridiculously expensive to fly to Trinidad and Tobago during the Christmas season, right? But it definitely gives me a very tight, complex version of the what do you call that? The Chairman's Reserve, as you said.
Chairman Reserves.
Which Eskimo Bros are blend. Which we haven't tried the we have the John Doe only. The one that I just got there that you just checked was John
Yeah,
Doe.
that was John Doe only.
Yeah, it was John Doe 2. I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
But it does remind us of the Eskimo Bros, so we didn't try that one. Such an excellent Jamaican bottle by British Independence. If you have a boy, price has tripled.
Yeah,
Right, so
that is true.
they started off at 275. Honestly, I think it's more than triple. Like it's 750 to all, sometimes even 1,000 something, 1,000 plus on the hearts, right? So you definitely get the hearts at the bottler before you get trampled by resellers. Did I add any water to this? I think I just added a little drop.
I think you did. Yeah, 10 years ago, Appleton 21 was what? 100 US dollars.
Yeah.
No, and then it steadily climbed. 120, 130, 150. Now it climbed again in the last month.
Yeah.
180.
Yeah, it was 179 a total wine.
A total wine.
Yeah.
Which is one of, so it's like, okay, a 21-year-old rum, 43%, 180.
Yeah.
It's starting to reach that point where I feel like it's not worth it anymore to purchase a bottle of Appleton 21.
So honestly, I tried my Appleton 21 the other day. I'm like, man, this is a good rum. So
It
honestly,
is a good rum.
when I
Very
opened
balanced.
it at first, I didn't really. I was like, man, I like the 15 and the 8 more than the 21. But I tried again recently, and I really enjoyed the 21. So I would attest that the 21 is it's a good rum.
It's a good rum. But in terms of value of the price,
Yeah.
I say 180. Compare, what can you, like, for 180, you can get a cast strength 4 square.
Yeah.
You could get.
Cash and 4. Oh, true.
Yeah,
Because if you get all the numbers, all the 2010s, 29s, whatever, for 100.
Yeah. And even some of the, even the 17-year, even the touchstone, I think he was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's what, 160, 170? Isn't that?
Yeah. So, for me, I would buy the 4 square before I buy the Appleton. Right, but then Appleton also goes on brand. Right?
That's true
So,
also.
think about it. If you're going to recommend to a non-rum person, but that you're gifting someone a rum, right? As a non-rum
It's a
person,
wonderful gift.
I would recommend the Appleton 21. In fact, I told someone, hey, there's a 2009. It's really good, high proof, really a bourbon lovers kind of rum. And there's the Appleton Estate for $150 or whatever. Nice case and box and so. And the person bought the Appleton before they bought the 4 square. You know, so it's a thing there like the packaging, the packaging is good,
The history.
yes, and the branding is such that a lot of people buy the Appleton before they buy a 4 square.
And you're right. Because last Christmas, I bought an Appleton 21 as a gift to a friend. Because I feel like it embodies the history of Jamaican rum, the brand, the whole packaging.
Packaging for gifts, packaging sells. Right?
But,
so Christmas time I buy a ton of rums.
But I feel like for us personally, who drink rum, I feel like the Appleton 21, it costs too much.
Right. I agree with that. But the thing about it is that we, the rum geeks, rum aficionados, rum drinkers, not regular rum drinkers, but like high powered rum drinkers that will drink
rum connoisseurs.
Right? We are, we reach a point in drinking rum that we drank so many rums, the brand doesn't matter as much.
Right.
So we would buy one bottle of whatever Appleton creates, but then we'll try also every other rum brand as well. Right? This we have Welch Toro who says bottlers like Duncan Taylor has selling 1,600 single barrel rums for £50 back then. Imagine the price of that stuff. That is true. So imagine the Duncan Taylor had a Trinidad rum, which I think was about 100. I think now that bottler rum is like 200, 2 something. Like it is tough to really keep up with the prices, right?
Yeah.
Inflation is happening everywhere, but also rum producers are finding a lot more profit, right? So like these guys came into the game where they possibly were making say 10% back then, right? But now, everyone wants to make a cut, and everybody at every stage has a cut. So it moves from probably a 10% for each step to now almost 20% for each step, and that's how the prices have almost doubled in the last 10 years, not even 10 years, 8 years. When would you say that you saw Appleton for $100?
About 8 years ago.
8
years ago.
Right. So 8 years ago, it was 100.
Yeah, I think my first Appleton 21, it was $110.
Right.
And that was back in 2014, I believe.
Right. So 8 years, 9 years ago, we had 100, 110. Now today, we have the Appleton 21 year at 180. Right? So the branding, the expenses, the inflation, the profit margin have all trickled up. And now we're at a point where, we have 180 Appleton Appleton 21.
But rum has always been undervalued though. It's always been. It was always every year. Oh, this is the year of rum. It's gonna take off and go up in price. And slowly you see that happening.
Correct. You know, you're right. So this really does taste like an Eskimo Bros. It really does. Which is a blend of the John Doe
And Vendome.
And this is a Foresight. So these pot stills, although different in I guess manufacturer, flavor profiles are really good. Got a glass of Hamden, bottle that Darkwood in a glass in Homestead, Jamaica. It's aged in ex-cognac barrels. A chewy Hamden. What's that Darkwood? Never heard of that bottle before.
I think I've seen it.
What did this guy Ivan post recently? Ivan posted a bunch of rums recently. I don't know what that one is. But definitely guys, we ran through a lot of rums today. We have 7 rums that we opened and drank on the table. 8 rums in total. We spent some time talking about national rums of Jamaica. A brand that controls both the Clarendon and the Long Pond distilleries. Very tasty rums. You know, the brand to me is a bit high in price, but you know, someone's gonna buy it. You know, I bought this one, so you know, someone's gonna buy the next one. The next one I think was $650 in euro. We're gonna have more rums from them. As we said earlier, they are starting to not sell to independent bottlers. I think they might be trying to approach this more like an Appleton Estate kind of model, where Appleton Estate doesn't sell anything from the actual distillery. They're one of their distilleries, they sell from the Yarmouth, but not from the Appleton Estate distillery. I think they're trying to replicate the Appleton brand. However, in my mind, it's better they replicate brands like the...
It's your fan on your computer running. A whistling I started.
Oh!
The pot,
sorry, so we are close to the kitchen and the pressure cooker just started. So, you know, it's just gonna be a whistle in the background. Sorry about that, guys. Auntie Loving, the pressure cooker finished? Alright, you can shut it off. We hear a whistle in the background. Alright, so
I apologize.
no problem.
No
problem at all. So yes guys, the whistling was because we are at the dining table, the kitchen is close by, and being Jamaicans independent, we have curry goat on the menu for today. We are Jamaican fried dumpling, ackee and saltfish this morning. You know, so the Jamaican day continues. We're not only about the rums, but we're doing this full-fledged, right? All the Jamaican foods are going to be cooked today. Alright, so don't worry about it. The history is just, you know, pressure cooker. We're trying to soften up the meat to enjoy later on this afternoon. So far, in the aged rums, what do you think is your favorite?
They're all great rums, but
They're all great, that's true. But what's your favorite?
this is like splitting hairs.
Correct. It is.
For me.
No, it is for me as well.
I feel like it depends on my mood. I
agree.
really think so. I
No.
really think it depends on the mood.
So, and funny enough, these 3 rums, these 3 aged rums that we opened today, the 2 Homestay, the ITP and the EMB, and Jamaican Hearts, it really is based on my mood. And the funny thing is, they all at very different price points. We have $90,
Yeah.
90, 140, 275. And honestly, so the thing is that, to me, the Hearts needs a bit of water to open up. You cannot sit the Hearts. To me, the Hearts, as is too closed up to really get the flavor profiles, to really get all the notes. 63%, 140 congeners. And I feel like when it's 140 congeners, oh, Marshall likes dinner. Man, dinner's gonna be good. I cannot wait. I'm pretty sure there's some fried plantain left over. There's some curry goat. There's everything left right now. So we are gonna enjoy. We're gonna sober up with some food after we finish here.
We should after this.
Right? But yeah, to me, the heart collection is really tight. Like 63% high congeners. There's high levels of flavor in there, but it cannot be opened up unless you have a little bit of water just to let it breathe a little. Because to me, it's very complex. I can barely taste anything in there. It's just like strong, intense flavor. To me, the easiest to drink was the EMB.
And that's what I was gonna say. This I would sip throughout the day.
Yeah.
This,
any day.
Yes, any day. Morning, noon. This I feel like it's close to an evening rum. This I would pair with dinner.
Yeah. So this is something that you're right. So to me, the house collection is something that you want to pair when you have time, effort, concentration. You really have no limitations on time to really enjoy and understand what the spirit is. That's what the heart is. The EMB is very approachable.
Very.
At 61%, it is more approachable than the ITP. Very approachable, very easy drinking. Any time of the day you want to pour this up as a seasoned rum drinker, you can. Right? All these rums in front of us here is probably too challenging to most rum drinkers on an average rum drinker who drinks 40%. To me, the easiest one to drink is possibly the El Rock.
True.
The El Rock here, this rum here is probably the easiest to drink that you could probably give to most people, whether they are a seasoned rum drinker or not. They could venture into this easily compared to even the Real Nephew 63%. Like to me, this is kind of lined up based on percentage, but also based on complexity to drink.
True.
Right? This here,
That's true.
if you're doing it on complexity to drink, it's probably by age. Funny enough.
And that's why
Age and complexity to drink is lined up together. The 8 here is easy to drink, even at a higher proof. This is a bit more complex to drink. A tip of water makes it easier to drink. This here, to me, is almost required to have a tip of water in there.
And this here doesn't.
It doesn't need a tip of water. This here is 45%. It is the lowest proof, but it is the second most expensive. If you line it up by price, this is the second most expensive, but easiest to drink.
Yes.
Easiest.
Yes.
If you line up by easiest to drink, this will be down on that other end right there. This, by drinkability, it will be down here. By price, it will be up here. Meaning, just in complexity, right? In fact, no. If you do by complexity, I think this might be higher than this. Complexity of flavors to drink. I would line it up like, well, let's put it like that. Right? So, complexity to sip is this. If you just pour in a Glencairn and put it to your head, this is the least complex. It's the lowest proof, least complex.
I think that's because of the proof.
Yeah, it's because this is the other ITP, which is way up here. Alright? They're both 15 years, possibly developed and bottled and everything in the same year.
Same year. I believe it's the same
Right?
year.
Yeah. Even though the same year, it's within like a year of each other. This did not see what year it was done.
When it come out again?
But it came out like 2021-ish.
Yeah, I think it's like a 2006.
Yeah.
And I think this is like a 2006?
2007.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a year apart.
Yeah, they came out within a year of each other. Right? But drinkability, the lineup is like this. We said, most incredible stinky rum I've ever had was the Killed Ever Hamden 2011 single barrel, complete beast, cost of $75 when I bought it. Massive complexity and strength.
That's the one. That is it?
What we drank the other day? We drank a Kill Devil the other day. You have more Kill Devils?
I'm trying to remember the one that we were supposed to buy, but the price increased and it
Yes.
changed our mind.
Yes.
It was a Kill Devil
You did
Hamden
not pull the trigger on it fast enough.
2007 and the price went up to 155 currently.
Watch me, I
For
saw
the
it.
Hamden Kill Devil.
I just opened
C
this.
Diamond H.
You know there's an open bottle right behind me?
Wow.
That's no problem. All Ray and Nephew rums are drunk in this neighborhood.
Well, he paid £75, right?
That's really good.
Right now, that same Kill Devil Hamden
It's like 170?
155.
Yeah.
155. And back in, I think, March, it was 120, 125.
Watch me, the Kill Devil rums, they do see that thing. The
But then
rums are up there.
people start saying, oh, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good.
See, people like who this guy Welch Toro is driving up the prices.
Yeah.
Right? He paid 75, you tell everyone it's so good, he's telling me it's so good. More people are hearing it's so good and the prices just keep escalating. Right? He said, oh, we all should do a complexity chart for rums. Which will be interesting to see where it lands. You know, I agree. Like complexity, even then I saw today, I saw Ivor lined up a bunch of rums he did not tasting. And he did best of worst. No. He did another rum. Like this how we have this lineup.
Okay.
He did a lineup like this and he said best of worst. And I was like, him and I disagree so much. He had the Hamden pick at the top. He had the Clarin, he had a Clarin, an H Clarin way down there. He had the Barbados from
I saw it.
He had the Barbados from
I saw it.
Down Islands lower than the Jamaica. That Jamaica was hot to me. I didn't like the Jamaica.
I saw the lineup.
I would have switched the Jamaica and the Barbados completely. Like, you wanna check it? Check it out. Let's pull it up.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, how does the Hamden DOK compare to the lineup on the table? DOK. Which Hamden DOK do we have?
Yeah, 4.
Which Hamden? Oh, we have the ones upstairs.
Yeah,
Which were
4.
age.
Which were age.
Should we go and do some Hamdens? You know, to entertain the people.
You can pull 1.
I would pull. Let me go get some Hamden DOKs from my good friend up there. I'll come in. Entertain the people up there.
Yeah, so we wanted to buy 2 Kill Devils. The Kill Devils Hamden. Yeah, 2007, which is a C Diamond H mark. But the price went up so much. You know, I think I played at April's 1st, April's Fool's Day joke on Jamie, telling him that I already bought the rum, he needs to send me the money, and he did, but I didn't buy the rum, it was just a joke. And he sent me the money, and he was expecting the rum. Now, when I look a few weeks later, the rum went up by $25, $30. I'm like, I can't buy the rum anymore. So then I had to tell him the truth, like, hey, it was just a joke. I did purchase the rum. The rum is too expensive now. Yeah.
So we have the.
So these, we have our, wow, you drink them though.
Yes.
SBS DOKs. They come in a very nice package, 4 bottles. They are aged, I think, for 3 years. 57% each. One in Port Cass, PX Cass, Olorosa Cass, and Virgin Oak.
So honestly, I think we should try probably Virgin Oak, just because it's less influenced by the other spirits. You know, where's that one?
Which one? The Virgin?
Virgin. I think this is Virgin Oak. No, this is Port.
That's the Virgin.
Virgin. Alright, so we're gonna do the Virgin. Alright, just to ensure that, well, this is the okay. So I've been leaving this here to actually put it on a video. I have a little bit left. Right? Mom, Scotch have another. She calling me. So, the DOK is astronomically higher in flavor compared to the Elro. The DOK, you could smell it from a mile away. I could put this down here and walk to the kitchen, and I'm probably going to still smell it. It is very fruity, very flowery, very like a perfume, like one of those scented lotions, you know, your lady friend might be using. Like it's very, very, very strong in smell. Slightly hot. What proof was, what percent of that? That
57%.
was 57%, right? I barely have anything here. I really want to save this for a live just on these rums, but we pull it out of us, right? So
Wow.
let's get it.
Ooh. There's a lot going on.
A lot. Sweet, fragrantful.
Fragrantful.
This is the epitome of a Hamden rum. Honestly, this is like really good, really, really good. It's funny because like it's a light, it's intense light rums, and therefore it doesn't really, it doesn't like, it doesn't work. It doesn't bear you down. Like I feel like all these are so complex that you need to like dilute to get a good drink out of it. This is just delicious.
It is delicious.
It's just delicious.
And this is the highest mark of Hamden Estate. 1600 esters. Comparable to the El Rock, which is just 350. 1600. You get you know, the fruit notes,
The floral notes,
glue. I feel like there's so
slight glue to it. It's not a ton of glue, man.
No.
It's good. It's really good. Alright, guys, we gotta wrap this up. We've been on here for nearly 2 hours or more. Right? We ran through a ton of rums. We're not gonna get through all of these. We're gonna get to these sometime later. You know, some other day, not Jamaican Independence Day. You know, not that we did this with Jamaican Independence Day, we probably would have to do one for Trinidad Independence Day as well, which is coming up August 31st. So, guys, thanks for checking in. Thanks for rocking with us for all this time. Happy to run through all these Jamaican rums. See you in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.